doesn't make who you are, your academic levels. And this is, you see the frustration in the youth going to school. I don't know why we have 12 grades anymore. I think that's just so ridiculous. And you're seeing the kids leaving early, and I don't blame them. I mean, it's boring. These guys are way out down the road from there, and we're building a bunch of academic nothings. You know, there's you got to breed common sense and joy and love and all kinds of. We're breeding the wrong things. OBE, OBE, is a beautiful feeling. Oh, if you know. Many years ago, OBEs were really kind of voodoo. I remember I was giving a lecture one time up the road, and a lady come in, and just before I started to speak, she said, "You're the speaker?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Can I talk to you?" And I said, "What?" And she said, "My husband, he used to have out-of-body travels when he was a child. He traveled all the time out of his body, and his parents kept yelling at him, and finally he just stopped doing it. And he's out in the car and wants to know if you could teach him how to out-of-body travel again." I thought, my God, isn't that sad? You know, when you're having out-of-body travels as a parent, you should, hey, show me how. Let's go together. Because incredible, you know, we're such a fear-based species. We can't even look outside our doors without having fear. I find it amazing, and yet that doesn't warrant it, because we're not a part of this world except physically. You're not from this world. You're not from this place. This is just a movie or a dream or a drama that you're participating in. You know, it's not who you are. So we need to get more of these out-of-body experiences and learn how to travel. It's exhilarating. There's no words. Nirvanic, there's just no words you can apply to that. Ecstasy, joy, these words can't hold to the awareness. I don't want to say the feelings, but the awareness and the extreme. The closer to the Godhead you get, oh my God, can't even, there's no words. There are no physical words that you could describe. But you must remember to call your spirit back. Well, I'm my own spirit, so how do I call myself back? In other words, your knowledge. You got to be that which is. So you pull yourself wherever you want to go. It's time to come back to the body. You go back to your body. You can do anything like that you want. You know, in India, a lot of the gurus have their students take care of their body where they're out traveling, you know. They should teach their students more to do it. They probably do, of course. I've read about a guy who experienced heavy with OBE. It was speculated after his death that he had gone too far. Yeah, this is the problem. You go too far, you're just not going to want to come back. There's just, I've been to so many places like that with struggle to get back, you know, and quite frankly, if it wasn't for this sort of thing, I mean, what we need to do here on this level, and this actually translates to consciousness and awareness and the growth factor of that and the awakening. I'll just simply use the awakening because it's not about knowledge. You're already that which is. You're already a part of all things. You don't need to have knowledge to understand that, because you already are that. It's kind of like this talking about the part of your spirit being out there. You are your spirit. You cannot separate yourself from your soul or your spirit. You are spirit. You are soul. And that separation will keep you separated. So you have to merge that MXIPTIX, merge with yourself. After his death, yeah, I've experienced OB several times. Each time it was not self-induced. It was truly wonderful, but it is a call from beyond. Yep. It was Hurricane Katrina. Wow. Amazing story there, guy. You know what? I just, there's nothing like it. I mean, we just have to break this old ostrich syndrome. You know, head up in the sand. Macarbonapha, dear one. Oh. One of the top herbs in the Ayurvedic medicine tradition. Yeah, I just not had any experience with this. I don't even know how you pronounce it properly, so I'm not even going to go there. But all these plants are incredible. It's a pale brown to blackish brown pitch or tar that excludes, oh yeah, excludes from layers of rocks in several mountain regions. So it's not an herb. It's a tar product, or it's herbs that have compressed like oil. I mean, through the years, especially the Himalaya, can be considered the #1 tool in right medicine. It is an adaptogen and loaded with trace minerals and vitamins. But if it's a goo, how do you do? No, I mean, all that stuff can be good. I'm more medicinal, more herbal, more living plant type things as opposed to the goo. But, you know, I've had this. I mean, I used to have Ayurvedic herbs in my health food stores, and I used to play with this years ago. But I'm just not into that here in America. In India, I'd definitely be into that. I really would like to put some herbal formulas together in every country based upon the herbs of each country. I really wanted to take that apart and do that, but that's for you guys to do. A little piggy. That is such a cute little pig. It's not even believable. Speaking of GMOs, everyone on this site, make sure you do not buy produce with a sticker that starts with a 3. It's GMO fruit or veggies. Wow, interesting. I didn't know that. That's interesting. This is a Vegan Princess 01. So anything with a sticker that starts with 3, it's a GMO fruit. God, how do you stop the insane? I guess you can't. You have to let the Supreme Being step in and stop the same. Let's see what that is. Girl gone vegan. Girl gone vegan. You don't want me to talk to you this morning, do you? Brenda was telling me some of the things that you're dealing with. Yes, I do have the whole picture, by the way, Kelly. I do know exactly. I'm not disjointed in that. You're just trying to disjoint your problems. And you just have to keep riding the ride and detox your body and move those limbs. No one said it was easy. But if you're trying to create all these individual things and you don't think we have our eyes on it, then you're mistaken. I have my eyes on more things than you can imagine. Dr. Morse, a friend of mine is having severe panic attacks. Okay, so where do severe panic attacks come from? It comes from the adrenal glands, doesn't it? Now, you have to realize we're in a society with a lot of neurotoxins, and we've talked about neurotoxins before. And they're perfumes, they're bathroom deodorizers, they're pesticides and herbicides. There's some chemist the other day we were talking, and he said there's thousands, he thought, of neurotoxins out there, and I concur. There's a lot of neurotoxicity out there. And with that, on top of these really weak adrenal glands, you're talking about major panic attacks, absolutely. Breathing problems, the shortness of breath. But remember that in asthma of all the COPDs, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPDs, there's a neurological problem. It isn't just mucus and congestion. That's just pneumonias. And these aren't diseases. This is just congestion in the tissues. This is the lymph system. People are eating mucosic responsive herb or foods, which are generally proteins, and body doesn't like them, and so it causes a lot of mucus, and that's what we create it. We got to uncreate it there. The panic attacks are daily. Yeah, did have this question. Yeah, there was another question about that. Okay, first thing you want to do, if your blood pressure is really low, then you really want to hit the adrenal tincture and the adrenal desiccated or some type of adrenal glandular. At the same time, you want to detox the body. I'd also use the new brain and nerve formula that'll strengthen the nervous system faster. So that'll be quite a help. At the same time, detoxify yourself and make sure your parathyroid is utilizing calcium for you okay. Even though that's more depression, you want to make sure that the parathyroid is up too. This is the endocrine glands, and they control moods and everything else, and the adrenals, particularly the panic attacks. could have neurotoxicity definitely involved in there. So you got to detoxify, take a look at her house. She could be living in neurotoxicity. A good example, Amish were burning kerosene lanterns, very neurotoxic. You have to be careful about in your home and where you're working and everything else in relationship to neurotoxicity. And I don't know if there's a neurotoxicity meter. You know, you can't even find these toxic chemical tests in hospitals. You can't, they have no idea about toxicity of chemicals. They don't have any way of checking them. And I mean, these are where we should be putting our attention as building machines to determine these things, so we could go into a house and pick those up. Does anyone know why every time I do a grape, lemon, orange fast, my blood pressure creeps up? You know what? I don't know. You know, unless you're holding water and you're not filtering properly through the kidneys and you're holding more water, you're too acidic and dehydrated and therefore you're holding more water, that could creep it up maybe. Wouldn't be from the actual fruits and lemons and oranges and stuff. Matter of fact, this should be our friend's 210th or 9th or 10th day of juice fast. 209 or 10 days on a juice fast. I was telling people yesterday about that. What an incredible journey this individual's on. Just love the holy heck out of it. Man. So I don't know why. Morse, herbs, lymph, bladder, yep, all those things. Now that adrenal formula has licorice in it, and that could creep your blood pressure up a little bit. Just remember that. Licorice has a way of elevating blood pressure, but that's why we use it. Because in reality, most people have low blood pressure. High blood pressure is low blood pressure. Once you fix why the high blood pressure, which is why, kidneys and adrenals, right? And once you fix that, then you're going to go down to your genetics. And when you go down to your genetics, most people are running low blood pressures because they're running low adrenal gland function. And so you're going to see that, especially this top number. You'll bottom out unless your kidneys are real weak and you start going below 60 on the bottom. The weaker the kidneys, the lower the diastolic can get. You can get into the low 50s and stuff. It just shows me weak kidneys. When you get really inflamed kidneys and you start breaking down the kidneys, you're going to see the diastolic go way up. But the systolic is controlled by the adrenal glands, and that's that'd be the one you're going to see go low. But that's a neurological event, and that's something we can see there. Now, this is Express Tax Biz. Hey, guys. I find it funny you're in the tax business. I just have to laugh. I love you guys. Dr. Morse, lastly, I would like to say that it seems like you're putting the pedal to the metal and have decided to go out guns a-blazing. Whoa, yeah, heck, why not? I mean, at my age, who cares? You know, I mean, I don't think living to 90 on this planet is real exciting. You know, I mean, being on the planet is not overly exciting. If you notice, for me, every time there's a positive, there's a negative. I have those budding forces, but that's the nature of duality, you know. One's right beside the other, you know, and they like that. But in reality, you know, there's so many beautiful places to be and experience and beautiful souls, I tell you. But yeah, I do. I think that some of us have to do this. We have to go out a-blazing because we have to make a change at this drama. The drama has to end, you know. The soap operas, you know, eventually end. All My Children, these people, I used to watch All My Children off and on, you know, where I could catch it. And it was like, you know, these dramas have got to end someday. Jiminy Christmas, they go on and on. Okay. I love your passion, appreciate your sense of it, thank you. When I decided to take my health back, that's the approach I took. You got to. I mean, if you're gonna stand for something, then stand for it. Roll up your sleeves, Kelly. If you're gonna get well, roll up your sleeves and get well. I mean, whatever you want to stand for it. But do it in the most integrity and love, a presence that you can. You know, they've gotten me so angry that I've lost some of that at times, you know, and then I pull myself back. But these are lessons for me, you know, how to be in the hornet's nest and not get too stung, but be strong and make a difference, you know.